Hey guys, Antfordham here, and welcome back to another Minecraft video. And today I'm going to be giving you guys a second update on the little custom map that I have created here for my 1v1 PvP face-off series with YouTubers and whatnot. And today I'm going to be showing you guys the map in action, and it's actually gotten quite a few upgrades. And then after the fact, I'm going to be showing you guys the updated redstone as well. But I wanted to start off this video by actually showing you guys the map in action with other people. So this map works with an infinite number of players. It works with as little as 2 because it's a PvP map, but the way I've set it up with teams and whatnot, you guys did see in the previous video, but it's a little bit more souped up now, and it looks much better. So what we're gonna do is, like in the previous video, I have to go into this little basement area here that I can only get into when I am on creative mode, and then I just press the start round 1 melee button. We get the items, and then we all get teleported around, we're forced in place, and then bam, the game is going to start. So as you can see on the right side, I actually am now showcasing the team names rather than the player names, and the game itself actually tracks team kills. So the first team to 5 kills, which in this case, oh god, I don't want to kill Rachel. You know, let's team up against MineQuest Agent. Let's do that. Okay, there he is. Come on, baby. Let's go. MineQuest Agent, stop running. Okay, come on, baby. Come on. Okay, oh god, he's gonna get me probably, maybe not, I don't know. The recording lag is real. No, he got me. Okay, so he's got 2 kills. Now Rachel came along and stole a kill. No, you don't. No. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try. Okay, you know what? Nah, man. Okay, let's go up against MineQuest Agent again. He's probably gonna kill me again. Of course I'm doing it. No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, no, go. Oh, no, she stole that kill. She's going to get the win, like, right away. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's try and kill a Vorn here. I'm doing really bad right now, but whatever. I don't even care. Because we're just showcasing how this works, even though I'm going to end off with, like, 0 code. Oh, we both killed each other at the same time, and the game does register and work with that. So, Rachel, look out behind you. Actually, I don't want to kill Rachel. I just want to kill MineQuest Agent. Okay. Kill MineQuest Agent. Gang up on him. Yay! So there we go. Rachel wound up winning that, and as you can see, it does show on the right side all the proper amount of kills. Yellow team had 5 kills, green and red had 3, and I had 1. Yay for me being bad. And then at the end of the game, on the right side of the screen, it's actually going to tick between the individual players' kills, as you can see on the right side, and when there is more than, you know, 1 person per team, it will show it. And then it'll flick back and forth between, you know, the team kills and the individual player kills. Because I think that'll be something that'll actually be really interesting to see, you know, once a game is ended. It'll be good to know, you know, just exactly how many kills you got if you weren't, like, the winning, you know, yeah, without having to go and chat, I guess is what I'm saying. So I guess what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to teleport everybody to my location, and then we'll just, you know, I'm not going to sign off right here, but instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like, show you guys the redstone now. So yeah, thanks. Alright, so now with all of that fun stuff out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you guys the redstone now. All of the existing redstone that was here before is in fact still here. All I've done is I've added onto the rat's nest of redstone, you know, but the whole map functionally works just fine. You know, I've tested it high and low, and for the most part it works just fine. I've encountered a bug or two here and there where the team kills desynchronizes from the actual player kills, and I have yet to figure out why that is. So as soon as I do figure out why that is, then I'll fix it. But yeah, anyways, I've actually taken notes as well, so I don't go off into a wild tangent talking about the updated bits of redstone that are on this map. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and let's launch right into it. So the first thing that I'm going to show you guys is how I give the individual teams their colored armor. It's actually a very simple process. Basically, whenever a game starts, a redstone block gets placed right here, and this specifically is the series of redstone required to start the melee round. This is the series of redstone required to start the archery round, and this is the series of redstone required to start the randomness round, which I will be talking about here in a little bit. But whenever you start a round, it activates this bit of redstone right here. Let me just go ahead and let me get rid of all of my armor. And then if I go ahead and I flick this lever here, you're going to see I have all of my armor now because I am on the blue team. It gives me protection 2 unbreakable leather armor. And the reason why I chose protection 2 is because I think it's a cool idea to have some bit of protection on your armor for a melee match. Otherwise, I think the kills will happen a little too quickly. But anyways, as you can see, I have red wool, blue wool, green wool, and yellow wool. And these correspond to these different columns right here. And these correspond to the different types of armor. So the boots are right here. So I get red leather boots, properly colored. And it only gives it to, as you can see here, the proper team. So all people who are on team red. And as you can see here, the leggings go right here. The chest plate is right here. And the helmet is right here. So I organize it kind of like as you would see right here in the menu, where this is the bottom slot. This is the second bottom, second top, and top slot. So yeah, that's essentially how you get the armor. And the archery round is different in that there is no enchantment on the armor. So if I were to go ahead and I were to, let's just go ahead and let's do this here super quickly. Bam, bam. Instead, now I have just unbreakable armor rather than having armor with enchantment too. So yeah, now I can see protection too. So alright, moving on here, I'm going to show you guys how I set up a little mechanism that I actually didn't show previously that will make it so that the game itself won't start unless there is everybody on a team. So this one is kind of an accident. I was messing around with timings of an AND gate and I finally got it. So it just was a little bit tricky, but I did eventually get it. And essentially what happens is when the game starts, right where my head is, a command block, or not a command block, but a redstone block will spawn, and it sets itself back to air, so it's only a very quick pulse. And basically what it does is, well, it does this. It just tests to see if there's any team that equals blank. And I was kind of hoping I could make this work, and it does work. And it basically tests to see if there's anybody with a team that equals, well, nothing. And essentially what that'll do is it'll test to see if someone's not on a team. It does actually work that way. So it'll test to see if you're on a team. If it's true, it will flash this super duper quickly. It'll say someone needs to select a team, and so on and so forth. And then it'll just kind of set this comparator back to be a, an unpowered comparator, because that helps with timing. And then it sets a block to air, sets a block to air, sets a block to air. And these 3 blocks that are getting set to air are these ones over here. It was sort of just in case measure. So like if this one, like it can't cause the rounds to get stuck. I don't actually think it's necessary anymore, but it's just kind of a failsafe. So yeah, and then if obviously it is successful, these things are going to pulse at the correct timing. Well, specifically this one will pulse, but this one won't unpulse. And this will happen. It'll set a redstone block, specifically this one, or is it this one? Yeah, it'll set this one right here, which starts the game. This is the redstone block that actually starts the game. So anyways, yeah. Alright, the next little thing that I'm going to show you guys is how I allow for teams to show up on the scoreboard. As you guys have seen flickering through for this entire video, when we haven't been in game, you'll see it in about 3 seconds here. You'll see that the kills itself switches over to the team kills. And this one was a little bit complicated, but not overly. And essentially all that I do is it's these 8 command blocks right here. Essentially all that I do is whenever a player gets a kill, let's go ahead and let's go into the scoreboard here. Scoreboard, objectives, list. So, there are actually 2 different scoreboard types that track player kills. You can see there's kills and then there's real kills. And the reason why I have that is because on the right side here, this scoreboard value is tracking real kills. But whenever I want to give a team a kill, I have to actually erase the kills that someone has. So that's what just the regular kills is here for. Essentially what happens is whenever a player gets a kill, well, basically it executes a check to see if anybody has, if anybody on Team Red, for this specific example, has at least 3 kills, and I set it to that in case, someone somehow got, 2 kills within a quarter of a second. That's really what it takes. So yeah, I'm just kind of hoping that never happens. And for the 1v1 PvP series, it won't be a problem. And in general, it hasn't been a problem. But anyways, so it executes this command as long as you have at least 3 kills and a minimum of 1 kill. It executes the command on scoreboard, players, red, total kills 1. So essentially, it gives the total kills a value of 1. So, or it adds a value of 1, which is this value right here, this team kills value. So it adds that on, and then the very next thing it does, once that successfully executes, when it meets all of the requirements, is it resets all of the kills for everybody on Team Red. So again, 2 players or 1 single player has to get a kill, like 2 people on the same team have to get a kill within half a second in order for this to actually fail. I could probably make it better by adding a different clock onto it rather than one that works off a comparator, which I think is 1/10 of a second. So I think you have to get the kills within 1/5 of a second in order to screw this up. So yeah, that's fun. But anyways, that's how that works. So it just gives fake kills, you know, to a team. It adds it to a player that doesn't exist. Right here, it's just a fake player that doesn't exist. And whenever the game actually starts, I actually reset those scoreboards. So I remove the kills objective and then I add it back in. And I do the same thing here for total kills, just so that you don't have to worry about it. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and let's move on. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the counter that I made for switching up the scoreboard. This one's actually rather easy, and I got to give credit to Brennian from the Convict from Convict Gaming for helping me out with this during my live stream. But essentially, I created a counter here, and it also clears the weather every 20 times a second. That basically, well, I already knew how to set up this clock right here. Basically, if I punch out one of these blocks, it adds it back in immediately. But essentially what I have here is I have a counter. Specifically, I'm going to show you guys, well, there's counter and then there's score counter, that every, 20 times a second, it adds up a counter. So it adds up random number counter 1. And essentially what it's doing is it's giving this armor stand down here a counter value. Yes, I actually had to do that way, but it does work just fine. And it gives the armor stand a counter value of 1 and then a score counter value of 1. And then whenever the counter value reaches, whenever it reaches 30 right here, whenever counter reaches 30, it'll reset. And then whenever this one resets, the score counter, whenever it reaches 400, it resets. So, all right, that was a mouthful, but let's go ahead and let me actually show you guys the mechanism now. So essentially what that does is, it gives the armor stand, it ups the counter by 20 every single second. And then it resets when the counter hits 400 and then when the other counter hits 40. The counter that hits 400 is specifically for this one right here. So, essentially what we have here is we have a 20-second counter that flips every 10 seconds. So as you can see here, whenever the armor stand has the score counter of between 0 and 10, it'll reset. So let's go ahead and let's try and get this, try and see this here. Bam! You could actually see that actually just flickered. Let me go and let me show you guys that here again. So it's constantly checking to see if the scoreboard value meets, what it wants to meet. So bam, bam. Okay, so it says score 10 is within range of 0 of 10. So essentially, whenever this activates, whenever the score counter over there reaches its value, it sets the scoreboard objective to equal either total kills or real kills. So yeah, oh my god, this is a mouthful of now. Even my brain is starting to hurt. But yeah, so you can see whenever this toggles, it toggles the actual kills players have, and then whenever this one toggles, it toggles the actual team kills. So the amount of kills that the teams has. And that's just a random feature. It doesn't even need to be there. I just like it being there, I like being able to see the individual kills that all the players has after a given game. Fun fact, though, the player kills don't stop tracking after the game ends, so this actually will tally up even if a game has ended, so that's kind of funny. So anyways, alright, let's go ahead and let's move on to the very last thing, which is the randomness counter that I'm sure I may have put in the title of the video, I'm not sure. But this is a true random counter. Well, it's about as random as I can get it. It has a linear curve in terms of what numbers get chosen, so yeah. Alright, so basically, the randomness counter that I've made for the random rounds is right here. And all I have to do is I have to press this button, it fills in this area with redstone blocks, and then it immediately erases them. And yeah, it essentially checks to see what essentially checks to see what this counter is at. So let's go ahead and let's do that. Bam. And as you can see, the score value landed on 10, so 10 outputs right here. So all it does is it super quickly checks all of these command blocks to see what the value is, and it will output a signal based on what the value was. So if I go ahead and I just press this constantly, it takes a little under a second to press this. So you can see the redstone ticker is slowly creeping towards me. And yeah, as you can see here, bam, it's right here. So it is going to be random in that I'm not going to be down here while I'm pressing the button. So I'm not going to ever know what this value is at. So it's definitely going to be random. So yeah, And essentially what these are going to do is, well, whenever like something is selected during the randomness round, it'll give everybody a certain item. So a certain silly item that they can use to beat each other down. So like, you know, maybe snowballs that provide a blindness effect when thrown or something like that. Things along that line. And I think that'll be super duper cool to have for like a randomness round where, you know, if you just want to mess around with random items, then there you go. And what it'll do is like the player will select 8 items. I'll probably create like a command center room up here or something. Whenever the game's not going, like this room will be emptied out. And, you know, players will be able to select all the options, and you guys will see that during the final update, which I'll have, you know, probably fairly soon. Players, like, when they do a randomness round, they'll press a button to start the randomness round, and then they'll press a button again to select the random items. So what you do is you just press the button, and then you wait, you know, and you press it again, and you'll press it 8 times in total, and when you've pressed it 8 times, the game will begin, and everyone will have gotten 8 silly random items with which to kill each other with. So yeah, and the only way that this device can break is if literally the exact same number is chosen over again. So like if, for example, if it lands on 3 and then I landed on 3 again, then it won't give you an item again. It won't break, but it won't give you the item a second time. So that's the only way it can break. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So yeah, that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. Again, sorry that these redstone rambles are, well, rambles, but I think I did a pretty okay job this time. But that's why I wanted to show you guys the game in action first, rather, you know, so that for those of you who aren't interested in the redstone can actually just kind of back off and like not watch it or just sit there confused. Because, yeah, it took me quite a bit of research to actually learn how to do all of this. And, like, I know this is all really dirty and, like, as far as redstone is concerned. But I'm proud of it. And, you know, I know it's stuff that people have done before or that somebody could probably do with half the command blocks or less. But I'm proud of it. And, yeah. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to head off for now. I hope you all have enjoyed this little video. My name is Ant Venom, and I bid you all farewell, guys. Thanks so much for watching.